Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another BTNeanderthal video. Today we're going to be showing off the Leap Barbarian. This is actually one of my favorite builds so far in PD2. It's actually a lot of fun. So as you can see here, we actually have we have Leap here, and we also have Leap Attack. And Leap works like the same way as it does in vanilla, where it knocks monsters back, and then Leap does an AoE damage proc when you land. So rather than swinging like the old Leap Attack, this is a reworked skill, so now it actually uses an AoE slam ability. Yeah, it's pretty good. I honestly really enjoy this build. Let's go do Eldritch real quick just for another showcase here. And we have another ability here, Battle Cry, which lowers the enemy's physical resistance. And then we can also throw up a Grim Ward, which increases our damage overall. And as you can see, the Merc is shredding as well. That is a new function in Project Diablo 2. Mercs are actually badass now, which is fantastic. I really like that change, and we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, this build is so much fun. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So, let's get into it. So, Leap Attack is unlocked at level 24. It has 2 synergies currently with 10% damage per level. As you can see, it is Leap and Bash. So the prerequisite is Bash and Leap. You can actually go from level 1 and start using Bash into Leap and then into Leap Attack. So, and then you also need Concentrate and Frenzy. So that's the synergies for that. We also have the War Cries, and this is the Battle Cry I was using for the minus physical resistance. And then this is the Grim Ward, and this is an AoE, like, damage increase for you and your party, as well as attack rating. Really nice. We also have Battle Orders, which is changed to flat life rather than percentage life, as well as mana. Honestly, I really like this change in some scenarios, because, like, Barb in most scenarios has really low HP, not HP, but mana. And with that being said, you get a bunch of mana from this. It's really nice. And then if you want to add plus skills, Battle Cry or Battle Command rather, is really nice for that plus skills. And every 10 levels you get an additional one. But anyways, these things can be changed again. If they are changed, I'm gonna put a pinned comment in this video. We also have General Mastery. As you can see, we have only 3 masteries here. We have Throwing, Polearm, and Spear, and General Mastery. So we got like swords and axes and stuff like that. And we maxed that out here. So right now we're up to like 80 points right here with the Leap Attack and the Synergy. And then, you know, these things have yet to figure it out ultimately what the best setup for all this stuff is. It depends on the build you're going for. Are you going to go for a 2-handed weapon? Are you going to go for a 1-handed weapon with a shield? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Like, it really depends on your scenario. But if we look here, we have Combat Reflexes. I put 1 point into all these. Combat Reflexes gives you increased hit recovery, as well as life and stamina. Very nice. And then we have increased speed, which is like the old barbarian run walk speed. And then we have Iron Skin, which not only gives you defense, but also gives you physical damage reduction percentage every 2 points. And then we have, I believe that's just flat. Yeah, those are hard points. So then we also have Natural Resistance, which works just like in vanilla. And that's pretty much the skills as of the moment. Concentrate is very strong for like single target, especially if something is like physical resistant, Concentrate is now the magic damage dealer versus Berserk, which is what it used to be. So that's pretty much the skills. We're gonna go talk about gear now. We have we'll talk about my Merc gear in a second here actually, but as you can see, I mean, I'm excited about the Merc, but we'll cover that in a second. Hellslayer, this is amazing. Okay, imagine finding a Hellslayer and then you know, these are just test items. I was just testing things, but two-handed weapons are generally what you want to go for because leap attack is based off of your weapon damage. So two-handed will increase your leap attack. However, two-handed is risky, and as you can see here, potions are unavailable while leaping around. So it is a little bit risky of a build in some scenarios if you're not feeling confident, but you always have your crowd control regular leap here to jump over obstacles and knock monsters back. Now on swap, I might recommend like a shield maybe and a weapon with crushing blow, maybe to like tank up, because yes, crushing blow does proc with leap. Also, leap attack or crushing blow does proc with leap attack, and leap attack also procs life leech and poison and elements, like all the different elements and stuff like that. So if your weapon has like for example, we have 8% life leech, I'm gaining that with leap attack here. So the reason why I said maybe on swap you want maybe a crushing blow build is because maybe you're fighting a boss and you want crushing blow, and you might want to tank up and wait to do damage. You might want to, like, you know, chunk them down a little bit first and then swap over to doing damage. This is just something I threw together again for testing, but we have a Hellslayer here, again, two-handed weapon. Something with good min and maximum damage is really going to help you out. IES and FCR, so increased attack speed and faster cast rate, do not affect the pace at which you leap. It is the distance that affects your speed. So if you do like small circles, that's like a lot of damage, and it can a concentrated area. Also, cannot be frozen does not affect leap at all, so which means like chills and things like that. It's not based on cast speed, and it's not based on increased attack speed, so cannot be frozen does not matter for this build unless you're going for like concentrate. Then we also have like some placeholder rings here, something like this. Like I said, AR isn't required, but like dual leech is kind of nice. Nosferatu's is looking pretty good. I mean, you could also use Dungos and maybe String of Ears or something. Ravenfrost, I only had this because, again, Concentrate is actually based off of IES, so cannot be frozen can be helpful here. Gores, because Gores. Deadly Strike, Crushing Blow, Fast Run Walk, Open Wounds. It's just good overall. Fortitude, it did get a nerf, but it's still decent. Plus skills, at least after you get to a certain point, seem to fall off. Like, the amount of plus skills that you get. Again, these are like hack charms because this is beta right now. But yeah, plus skills seem to start falling off a little bit, so max damage charms would be good. Deadly Strike, I believe that applies as well. And yeah, Deadly Strike can be really good for this build, doing double damage. Ariad's Face. And then we have this weapon. And then probably on swap you would want like CTA and like Hodo or something to like buff yourself up a little bit more. Or maybe you want like an MF setup and like you could put like crystal swords with Istrunes on the swap or something. I don't know. Whatever you wanted to do. Alibaba's or something, you know. Now let's talk about the Merc gear. Merc gear, I'm just throwing Gore Riders on him, Andy's Visage, and Dracules for the life leech, as well as Verdungos, so he can tank up a little bit. And Templar's Might now has Might Aura, so that benefits both him and me, and then we also are running Pride, so that way I can benefit from concentration and from Might Aura, so it really boosts our damage. Like, if we go to town here, like, I go down in 22k. So just from the Merc auras, I'm getting 5k max damage on Leap Attack. Now, none of this, again, is min-maxed. This is, again, beta, so maybe you want ED jewels or something else. Maybe you have, like, res somewhere else. And, you know, but basically I just wanted to cap my res so I could do some testing. As far as charms go, I'm simulating getting all the Torch and Annie and the combat skillers. I'm not necessarily sure that combat skillers are the way to go, like I was saying earlier. Maybe max damage charms are the way to go, but the problem with that is I think a lot of melee builds are going to want max damage charms. So we'll see how that goes. Res, obviously important. Enough strength to wear the gear that you want to wear. Enough dexterity to wear the gear that you want to wear, and then rest into vitality. As you can see, I put none into energy. The battle orders really helps with that. See, 241 mana, and now we're at 516. So it's a nice buff. AR is buffed a little bit in this game, and with skills. So like, you'll be able to hit more often with less AR, which is very nice in my opinion. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for stopping in and hanging out. There's more build guides and videos to come. And yeah, definitely going to be putting out a lot of Project Diablo 2 content. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitch because I'll be streaming constantly. I'm very excited for this mod, and I'm hopeful for the future. So, love you all. You guys are beasts.